Hello. Welcome. It is Monday. Welcome to a special edition of Let's
Can we
Talk.
talk?
Oh, can we talk?
Can we talk? Yes. It's in my
Can-
calendar. Can we talk?
oh, shoot. I'm going to have to change that later. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
hey. Why am I so far away? Maybe because you're sitting back so far away. Anyway, my name is Jennifer. I'm prophetic fire Reiki on here, I mean, and other platforms, and I really wanted to make sure we have a conversation about the polygamist. Um, Jonathan just got finished watching it yesterday, and myself and Tyrone we watched it over the last weekend with my mother. So, oh gosh, I just wanted to have the conversation. Ooh, welcome.
Hola.
Just
Hey.
quickly, I wanted to just say hello to everybody that's in here at the moment. We have Dustin. Dustin said hi.
Hey, Dustin.
And
Lady Virgo is here.
Hey, Lady
there
Virgo.
we go.
She says good evening to everyone. She also says good evening to Dustin. Auntie Robin is
Hey,
here.
Auntie
Hey,
Robin.
Auntie Abby.
Hey, Auntie Robin. And Miss Kim is here. Hey,
Good
Miss Kim.
evening,
God
Miss
bless you.
Kim.
Hey,
Bless
Miss
you.
Kim.
She says, "Hey J and J, time for can we talk?" Yeah, I'm. Oh, it looks like Tyrone has already. Already changed it, didn't you, Tyrone? Thank you for changing it, Tyrone. That's so sweet. And Miss Kim did correct herself. She said, "Oops, hey J and T and J and B."
I like that.
We
Hey,
we
Auntie and J and B. Yes.
yes. So we are here, and I was thinking about how are we going to talk about this, but I figured that the easiest way to go about this for me is to go character by character.
I was thinking the same thing.
So, and I do have somewhat of a superlative that I have as well before we get, by the time we get done. So, I actually made sure to kind of like skim through the show today, and I was reminded of so much. Now, one thing I do need to make sure I say out loud, I don't know if y'all were wondering, but you know how at the beginning of every show, there's like a bird flying over and a fish going.
Hmm.
I finally saw the clip that I didn't pay no attention to that explains that.
I missed it then. I can't wait to hear what it
Okay.
was.
I knew it had to mean something. I knew it
I knew
had to mean something.
I knew it too. I was like, there has to be some kind of purpose, some kind of meaning to it. But it was after a whole lot has happened. Basically, I think this is even after, no, not after we found out about Essie, but old girl's friend, Joyce's friend, is over there. And she's out here trying to box out her feelings and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's her friend that says her staying with Jonasi, her husband, is like a bird being in a relationship with a fish.
Mm.
Okay.
It
Got it.
won't work. It won't come together as one.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Cause
in the imagery, it looked like the bird was eating the fish.
eating, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But actually that's another situation because there's plenty of birds, seagulls, and things of that nature that eat the fish.
Absolutely, they definitely do, for sure. I've seen birds diving into the ocean
Yeah.
to get fish. So yeah, it definitely
Mm.
happens.
Okay, so I wanted to make sure I said it out loud. I'm happy that I saw that today. So now I need to call my mama so I can tell her too because I'm sure that went over her head as well.
Yeah.
So the first person that I want to talk about is Menzi, which is the eldest son
Hmm.
of the Gamora family. So I feel sorry for him.
Absolutely.
He's a nice young man.
Yeah.
He wanna have the girls. He wanna be with people. But his quiet softness, and he does want to be like a hero of sorts, trying to take up for his mom, but his daddy keep on beating him. Is I feel for him, but of course, thank God for freedom. He has done his best to lead and guide his cousin.
Yes.
What y'all think about him?
Minzy had my heart from the beginning. Um, Although they made it seem as though at the end that he was going to turn out to be just like his father, I don't believe that to be true
I do.
because in
Same.
some ways, yes, I don't think he would be as ruthless or make as many reckless decisions as his father did, but
Still gonna be a hoe.
I'm sure he will. He probably will. However, I don't think he would treat his hoes the way that his father treated his hoes. I have a feeling because he's such a sweet person. I mean, you saw when he was in that strip club the second time and he was getting that lap dance, he was getting all those flashbacks from all the terrible things that his father did. He got up and he was like, nah, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And to me, that was him rejecting who his father was and not wanting to be like his father, at least in that way. Um, but when his father but when he caught his interest, the girl he was interested in, doing what she was doing to his father, I felt so bad for him. I felt so bad for him. But for me, he had my heart from the beginning for sure. I loved Minzy.
How about you, Bianca?
Um, First off, he was. I hate the fact that he was getting beat. Like how his dad treated him was absolutely horrible. One thing I like about this show is it gave different perspectives from everybody's side. The children's
Mm.
view, the wife view, the family view. You really got to feel how everybody was affected by Jonasi's actions. However,
Mm-hmm.
I did not like that he seemed to not have a backbone of any sort. That was number one. I didn't like that. Like when he saw the girl and his dad in the club, his love interest in the dad in the club, and he's sitting up there and like he finna have a daggone heart attack.
A whole heart attack.
I'm like,
Mhm.
sir, I would have turned up, baby. I would have been so mad. We would have tore that club up. Because it's not the fact that the love interest, because she had already had a boyfriend anyway when he was
Mhm.
pursuing her.
And already turned
But
him down.
Right.
yep, and already turned him down. And again, being like his dad's talking about, oh, you can take her from her man. Sitting up here taking your dad's advice with this false hope because you want to be like your dad in those ways. So I didn't feel bad about him catching her, seeing her. I didn't care about who the her was. The fact that you see your dad still disrespecting your mom would have been a problem for me. And we would have turned that club up. So I didn't like that he didn't have a backbone. And then I didn't like the fact that he started turning out to be his dad after the fact. Like where do you get off calling women bees and stuff like that? That never seemed like you.
See, my reaction to how he reacted to seeing his love interest and his father, I think that was a highlight of his personality, of who he is. And he's clearly not that ruthless guy who's just gonna go up in there and throw some bows and get to fighting because we all know the Menzi can't fight worth a damn. So for me, that just showed me even more who he was as a person. He's not the type to go off the handle. He's not the type to try to assault someone when he sees someone is doing him wrong. And that made me love him even more because that's just who he is. He's not that guy. He's not the guy to go in and wreck shop.
Or
Uh,
his dad. But when he do it to a woman who he can overpower,
and there we have
That's
it.
what
But
I
also
began to
he
see.
also respected his father. He had high regard for his father, and that brought him so much shock that he didn't know what to do with himself. Go ahead,
I
Tyrone. I'm
But you
sorry.
have to think about this. His father disintegrated everything, every thought that he had about how women are supposed to be treated, how people are supposed to be treated in general. And when he had those, like when you were talking about the flashback while he was at the strip club, I think it was just further proof that, yeah, he is not that dude. But I think it was also showing that he's angry. Just still angry about because
For
they
sure.
were still in the midst of it.
Yeah.
He's
Right.
angry.
Um, what I saw was evolution of a person going through so many different stages of anger, grief, disappointment, rejection, like Jonathan said, of everything that you were taught, just to come back to it in the end. The way he went at that girl at the end of the show let you know he was embodying his dad 100%.
It's especially the fact that his dad has had her.
That
Because some people will be pissed
icing on
off.
the
It's
cake.
like, you know what? You're you're nasty now.
Right.
You've had my nasty daddy.
Right. You're my sloppy seconds now. But no, he wanted to lean in on that, capture her as this trophy, like he won something finally. And he hasn't won
so
anything,
sad.
man. That to me was like one of the saddest parts to see.
Because at the beginning, when the parents went out of town and they did the house party, and he walked up with the champagne, and she grabbed it and handed it to her man and said, "Go pop this." Where does the delusion stop? The girl don't want you, and you keep pursuing something that don't want you. That's you hurting yourself, because she clearly told you, "I don't want you."
I don't want you.
So how are you upset that she don't want you? I could see you being upset that it was your dad, but she didn't want you though.
He was also obsessed.
He was absolutely obsessed with her.
And that was scary.
He was.
It was very scary to me to see that type of behavior from somebody like him. But then when you start to unfold the layers of his dad, you're like, oh, there it is right there. I see where you got it from. 100%. You might not show it immediately like your dad did, but we began to see it 100% at the end. Like,
and I think that's why they ended it the way that they did, like, to show like this is going to keep on going.
Remember, he was with that secretary too, and was treating her just as trash as his dad would.
It's unfortunate.
Let's gonna be interesting.
Okay, let's talk about Sarah. My heart breaks for Sarah.
Which one is Sarah? Y'all gotta remember.
Sarah is the daughter.
Is Essie's daughter.
Essie's daughter.
Essie's daughter.
Yeah.
Essie. Yeah.
She's the one that took her sister's phone and slept with her sister's man. Okay, slept with her, not didn't sleep with her, but gave her sister's man fellatio. That's Sarah.
You know, the reason why I feel sorry for her is because of the hand that her mama dealt. Not what her daddy dealt, her mama dealt. Because when you sit there and take for 20 years being number 2 and okay with that, to keep this house and to keep this weekly stipend of good money that keeps you not having to work, because you see she ain't ever been to nobody's office, nobody's job, she ain't did nobody hair after that, ain't cooked for nobody else. Her mama put her in a horrible space to live a lie. And I think that's sad. And she's also delusional. Especially, like, I think the worst part for me for Sarah is when she when everything came out about who her real father is, she came straight to the man's office like, we all gonna be best friends. It's like, girl, if he wasn't a decent father all those other 20 years, what makes you think that everything is going to change now that the truth is out? Because he could have been a better father and still kept you under wraps. Those are my thoughts. Jonathan.
Mother and I had a long conversation about Sarah last night. I can empathize with her for her situation. No child should have to play second fiddle to his real family. She was never mothered by Elsie. Essie is not a mother at all. Freedom even said that to her face when they were talking. To her face when they were talking. So I can empathize with her on that level. However, when you find yourself on your knees in front of your sister's man, deliberately in her room, because she wanted to get caught. Y'all know she wanted to get caught, right? She wanted to get caught purposefully. all of that sympathy, empathy, that just flies right out the window for me. Because I put it to mommy like this, Jennifer. What if I slept with one of your boyfriends?
But it's not that simple, Jonathan.
I know it's not that simple, but however, I'm thinking of it in real life terms. And if that happens in real life, and we're supposed to, and granted, old girl didn't know that that was her sister at the time. However,
Cousin.
they were still cousins.
Cousin. Yeah.
Come on, soul food.
Oh Lord. And yeah.
Keep on talking.
Did I freeze?
Just keep
Okay.
on talking.
But yeah, it's her doing that to her sister. It just completely turned me off from her. So when she was waiting at that restaurant for her father to come join her, and I knew there wasn't no way in hell that he
We
was
all
going to show
know.
up, I didn't give a damn. I did not give one damn at all. Sarah's not dead to me because once again, she should not have had to deal with the situation that she came up in. No one deserves that whatsoever. That does not give you the right to act out and do the things that she did. And yes, it was only like just one thing that she did, but to me, that was major. Well, it's not just one thing that she did, but that was the biggest thing, at least to me, that she did. She also stole her sister's phone and, did other things, but
because of jealousy.
Because of jealousy. And you also have to factor in that she's a teenager as well. And that's what teenagers do when they get upset, when they get mad, when they don't know what else to do. They do things they make rash decisions and just do what they feel like will make them feel better at the end of the day. But I can't with Sarah. I can't with Sarah.
Bianca.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get through her. It's hard to go through.
She's a handful.
Well, no, it's also hard to go through character by character because it was so many things that played a factor in some scenes that it took bits and pieces of each person that you then be like, this. So I'm gonna try to get through her only. No sympathy for me at all. I have no sympathy. And I guess it's because of my experiences in life and my personal beliefs. I don't want nobody who don't want me.
Right.
That's number one. I don't want it. Now, the only thing difference is that she knew the whole time that was her father. And he was still there popping up and celebrating here or there. So that could be a little annoying. However, we got to flip. I'm just going to say this real quick and we're going to bring it back. But we got to flip it to the sister, Menzies' sister. When she found out what was going down, she was like,
deuces.
Right.
This is true.
And she could have done the same thing. You didn't have to go plotting and scheming against your sister who didn't know. You know they don't know anything. Because guess what? You could have easily spilled the beans a long time ago if you really wanted it to be told. But if you sat up here and played the game, why get mad at the game now? You've been playing it this whole long time. Why are you mad now? And y'all are all in college at this point. You was ready for your coming out ceremony, and you knew that the only way in y'all culture that you could do that if your birth father is the one who presented you. Yeah. Because we looking at it from an American standpoint, we got to look at it from their culture view. A lot of this stuff we would never do, including like Essie, but that's how those women are. And I look at a lot of these I've been on this chokehold on Tickety Talk with these little short mini series. They done got me in a chokehold. And a lot of them women over there are nasty. If they see their friend with a man, they be like, oh, they not married. They will set their friends up in a heartbeat to get that man. That's their culture. That's just the nastiness that they do. So I don't feel sorry for her at all. She played the game. She ended up catching feelings, playing it incorrectly. And then this is where it led her to be. And I don't care.
I have a question. I forgot this actually happened. Why she kiss her uncle?
Because she's sitting up there. She just won't. She just looking at money.
But this your uncle.
To love on her.
To me, it was a cry out for attention, and she felt like that would get that attention. And then at that point, she's like, well, I got so much love for you. Let me show you.
Not like that.
And I'm like, Girl,
Not like that.
what are you doing? No, that's your uncle. No.
And Jennifer,
What?
I'm with you. Oh, sorry, Tyrone. I'm sorry.
No, go
No.
ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm with you. When you said that it's her mama's fault,
Mhm.
it is her mom's fault. And
Mhm.
not only because of the dealing with the man for that many years with they nasty self after she not peed outside and then he just go funky
Come
funky.
on.
Disgusting. But not only that, when when she pushed her mama down them steps,
Yeah.
her mama didn't say nothing. She didn't take that crutch when she got home and beat her behind like she tried to beat the brother over the table for telling her the damn truth.
Come on.
Right.
Right.
She was the problem for real, for real.
You know
I would
something?
like to official. Go ahead, Tyrone, real quick.
That's interesting when you bring that up, Bianca. So the mother did to the son what the father did to the daughter,
Yes.
in a sense.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
And it was just cycle repeating itself over and over and over and over again through
A
this
cycle of
whole
trash.
entire family, man.
Mhm.
I'll have to say determinedly, y'all have changed my mind. She is a horrible person.
She is, for
And
sure.
and it's like I think the thing is that I'm just leading into what made her horrible.
Mhm.
And what made her horrible
Yeah.
is not her fault.
Yeah.
So God bless her, and I hate her decisions. I'm not. We don't even need to spend time on Freedom because God bless him and all that he's doing, and
Well, can I say something about Freedom really
Yeah.
quickly?
because
Yeah.
you love him. Go.
Talk about
You
freedom.
know I do. Freedom was my favorite character in the show. Although he showed up to every scene drunk, I think he had people's best interest at heart. Although, giving his cousin, those illicit substances in that club was not a good idea. We don't want to, you do that to the youngins.
Not the white stuff.
However, he wanted his cousin to have a great time. He wanted his cousin to go after what he wanted. And Freedom kept it real the entire series. He kept it real with everybody, no matter who
Yeah,
they
he
were.
did.
Freedom really didn't have an attachment to anyone but Minzy,
Right.
to be honest, at least not to me. But I love Freedom. Every scene, I love
I
him.
still looked at him as a bad influence.
He
I
was technically, yes,
I
but
was hoping that there was like, at least, I love my cousin, I guess, somewhat. But it's I was kind of wondering, like, was he doing this to kind of set him up for a fall? That's what I was thinking. While he
Mhm.
was doing all the encouragement, because think about the thought processes that he injected into Mincy. I think I think it might have been somewhat of a bad influence.
he was definitely a bad influence. But I think he had good intentions in those bad influences. He just had the wrong. He just went about it the wrong way, at least in my opinion. But it is what it is.
Mm-mm.
That's
I,
the American way. Y'all got to think about how men over there are. They're
Macho.
so he's like, okay, cousin, we got to get you out of this little. Like he's trying to encourage, go talk to her, man. Like
Yeah.
you ain't no punk. Go talk to her. Go. And then that's the same thing that his dad had an issue with him about. Why are you so soft? Why are you so soft? That's a whole y'all got to think about it. It's a
I got
whole
an
different
answer for why
culture.
he's so soft. Because his daddy was not a present father.
Bingo.
Well, probably a good thing that he went in damn prison because
I mean, when he was president, we saw the outcome every time.
As,
I,
as far as being soft and being hard is concerned, I don't know that that has much to do with your upbringing as opposed to who you are as a person, like on the inside. Because, but I'll just leave it there. I'll just leave it there.
Well, but
it's
because
influence,
it's
though.
about influence and the
Yeah.
point of view. If you have somebody that is just a little bit harder to give you more ways to see situations, he would be able to, like maybe I could think about it like this rather than thinking about it the softest way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It, if you had more influences in that way, I'm not because it's like if Freedom was living with him, how do you think he'd be?
I believe Freedom would be a whole different person if they were
Well, I
living
do
there.
believe Freedom would be a different person, but I don't.
And
But I believe that Menzie would be a harder person
I I
If
think
freedom wasn't there?
if he
if
lived in the
if
house
freedom
with them.
lived with
Oh,
them,
okay, okay.
I think that influence to be harder would have come from freedom still,
Hmm.
but I don't think freedom would have taken the approach that he took in.
Oh no, huh?
Because to me, I felt like in the beginning, freedom was targeting him and making him, I guess, what you would say as a joke throughout the series in the beginning.
I didn't get that.
That's what I
No.
felt like
You
a
know,
little
like
bit.
Really? I didn't
where
get
he was
that.
giving
Not at
him the
all.
drugs, he was laughing about it.
I
When he
think the
was getting
drugs
him
went.
But he was
drunk,
drugged too.
he was
Exactly. He
laughing
was
about
high
it. Like,
himself.
He was. And I know when I get the poof poof and lying, I'm
Mhm.
giggling. And Jonathan, you know, I'm giggling at everything. Okay.
Absolutely.
it was something that he said out loud in front of everybody about them that made me feel that way because
Okay.
when he talked about them living up in the big old house and all the fancy stuff like that while we're sitting here in poverty, when he was talking to his mom about that,
Mm.
that's when I had got that.
But I think he was saying it to say, Mom, look what you're settling for. You sitting up
Mm-hmm.
here,
I
you
do
going to
agree with
all
that.
these
Yeah.
people
Mm-hmm.
events. You want
Yep.
to be at everything these
Mm-hmm.
people do. You want to show face so bad, not even telling this woman that you his second wife. You weren't even
Right.
saying nothing about it.
Right.
You just sitting up here in her face,
Technically, she was
cackling.
his. Technically, Elsie was his first wife.
You right.
Yeah,
No,
first.
no,
Mm-mm.
That's,
She,
Essie
they
was
didn't get
number
married until
two.
after the fact.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Hmm.
remember that.
He was
Okay,
already
So,
okay.
married when he
and he
got
was
Yeah.
like, "You caused all this bull crap." I think he was just being raw with his mom in that moment,
Yeah.
letting
Yeah.
her
yeah.
know that you sitting up here wanting everything that these people have, but you didn't put your foot down to get it.
Yeah.
Right.
He was just being honest with her at that time, and I agree. Cause who finna stay around and be sitting up here kissing behind to this person, but I'm still bent over the hood with your husband.
Over the hood after I just peed.
Didn't wipe nothing.
No.
Nasty, honey. And then
Robin.
he enjoyed watching it too.
Tell me what you did to me.
Yeah, that got him.
Your ass in the car.
That got him standing up. Okay, that
Okay,
got
let's
him standing
let's
up.
His drunk
while
behind
we're
too.
talking about her, let's go ahead to Essie. Uh, when we found out Essie's true origins, I was like,
Man.
"You're not even getting yours, and you just being around." And when you met the first time she met that man's wife, Joyce,
Mm-hmm.
at the baby place, I was very unhappy with how they went about it. But it's like all he had to do was come with a car. All he had to do was come with a house. All he had to do was propose marriage. And everything's just swept under the rug. Everything is just fine. We're all good. And there's one scene that I forgot about when I doing my little brief little rewatch today when uh okay, Joyce came over to Essie's house basically to talk about what do I do because he's over here, not coming home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that and stuff like that. She was complaining about Jonesy. Basically, you're not coming home. He's not coming home. It's like, how do I deal with it? Because I know that your husband cheating on you. So how do you deal with that? That's pretty much what she said. And Essie said, be happy that he came home. And that's when we should have known. We should have known something was going on. Just be happy that he came home. And she basically gave her way of not being with her actual husband. Just be happy that he came home. Um I Essie I didn't have any kind of respect for her. She was just a lay woman, and then every time he didn't, at least at first, every time he didn't have anybody to have hot relations with, He came over there. Have her bumped over. Jonathan.
Quick insert.
Yeah.
Can y'all just at the end, after we get through all the characters, can y'all remind me to ask y'all a question about Essie?
Yeah. Shoot, you can ask now. I mean, ask after Jonathan done. No? Okay.
Uh-oh.
So I take these characters as they're presented to me.
Okay.
I felt like Essie was the only one who truly loved Josie. She was the only one who truly loved him. She was the only one who had the nerve to clean his body after he was dead. She was the one who got him into college. She paid for him to get into college so that he could have the career that he had. Was she less than smart for taking him back after not seeing him for 8 years, accepting the car, accepting the ring? Sure. Of course, y'all would never do that. We know that y'all would never do that. But I'm not thinking of it in the way of thinking of if it were y'all. I'm thinking of it as Essie herself, as the character.
Yeah.
And for me, she was in a way, the realist one for me because she knew everything that was going on. She knew everything that was going on. And for me, she had my heart personally. I loved Essie. I really did. And for me, she got the worst end out of the deal at the end of the show. The worst
But
deal.
whose fault is that?
I'm not focusing on that. Those were her decisions. I'm just making the point. She got the worst end of the deal. Who knows? Maybe she could have met some other rich man and been some other rich man's wife, and whatever. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Essie and the current situation that they're in right now. For her to have been his ride or die, she was his only ride or die because Joyce and Matipa, they all they wanted was the money, the power, the fame, everything that came with being married to that man. But Elsie,
Not Joyce.
Not
Not
Joyce.
Joyce.
Not Joyce.
Joyce was with him before he had money. She was the one. She was the prize.
The one who built the empire.
if Essie hadn't given him the money to be able to go to school, he might not have been the man that he was when Joyce met him. At least in my opinion.
But they were
Did
both
Joyce
in college
upgrade him?
together.
Sure, she did. Of course she did. Yes, she did upgrade him. Yes, she was able to get him into the places, able to, build the company as they did. I'm not saying that Joyce does not deserve any of that credit. I'm not saying that at all. However, Essie had got no credit, zero credit, zero credit, zero. She got zero credit
From
for
who?
everything she did from she got zero credit from anyone. Anyone. No one gave her credit for
I
all
think
the
that
things
was
that she did.
because I think she did not get the credit that she might have deserved, and she does deserve some. It's because she wasn't telling her story. If she was telling her story, because no one knew who she was through and through, she could have been telling her story before they even found out. They could have known that she was the one that was funding him and feeding him when they had nothing. It could have been that way.
That's partially true. The only one that knew the full story was the brother.
Yeah, but she could have been telling that story to everyone, so everybody could have some kind of respect. It's like, wow, he's made it here, he's made it to college, because he wouldn't have been able to meet Joyce if it wasn't for her, because
Exactly.
he met her in college.
Right.
But that doesn't diminish all the other women, because they didn't even have the information to be more, or to give more to Essie, because they didn't know.
I think Essie did not tell her story because she does not need the accolades. She does not need the adoration. She does not need the credit. She's just the humble type of person who does not need all of that. She doesn't need the recognition, or she doesn't want the recognition. Okay, all right.
She wanted
I'm
it.
done. I'm done.
She didn't. She didn't
opinion.
want the money to stop. That's why she kept her
didn't want
mouth
the money
shut.
to stop, for sure.
Okay. I'm
She
done.
wanted the recognition.
Yeah.
Because look at how it turned out in the end. She was upset that they told her not to come to the funeral.
She didn't want the recognition
Have
until
her
the
own
end.
funeral to mourn him and everything. Going after her, saying she had no right to take the body, even though she was married to him legally.
She didn't speak up for herself.
All of that tells me she wanted to be recognized.
I think she
The
wanted to be
fact she
recognized the
just
whole time, but she played her part because she want what little bit she could get of Jonesy.
And I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I just think she deserved more. But it is
she did.
partially her own fault that she didn't
Partially,
she
it's
didn't
all.
get that.
It's all her fault
Okay.
for
Oh,
not saying anything. Like honestly, she should have came to Joyce, woman to woman, like the other girl did, and had the conversation. Even if it wasn't going to come out the way that you wanted it to.
And who's to
Look at
say
what
she
happened to their relationship in the end.
and who's to say
They
that
became
Elsie
buddies.
who's to say that Elsie would not have gotten the same reaction she got when she was trying to bring that soup to her husband when he was sick? You think Joyce would have been willing to talk to her in that way?
Yeah.
Yes, if she came earlier in the whole thing, not after the fact.
not after everything comes out, because of an angry teenager.
There you go.
You know,
It's like the way you come. It's
the way
kind of
it
hard to
came
give
out is
accolades and I'm here for you. This is I'm so happy to find out if it comes out in a fit of anger or rage from a teenager that don't have no love.
because think about Joyce's position on that. You presented to me like you were my sister, and you played in my face this whole time. And then you
Sister-in-law.
want to look at you as the victim in all of this.
Because we were all here.
But you were here the whole time playing me like a fiddle.
Husband had you bent over the car and he came back home to me and did it to me that same night.
And I was
With
just
PP on the PP.
I was
And
just
then
like,
wash it off.
I don't know.
Juices and all. No.
That thing that was being passed around,
That gonorrhea.
I think that came from her.
Well, you did. There go my question.
Oh yeah. That's
There it is.
exactly what we said.
That came from her.
It didn't come from that little girl because I personally don't believe what's that child name? Lindani.
Yeah.
Not even that. Mm-mm.
I don't think I don't think she was sexually active before Jonasi. She might have been a little trollop.
She was.
With
But
her
I don't-
man.
She was. You
They were
remember
having
because she
sex?
told the boyfriend she was pregnant and he was like, "Are you sure it's mine?"
Okay. But yeah, I knew it didn't come from Ladani. I knew the only way it had to come was from Essie because she was having hot relations with that gangster boo.
She was getting it
Get
in.
on, baby.
She like, hey, if you ain't gonna come see me, I'm gonna have somebody come see me.
Because she said it needs to be she said this it needs to be taken care of. That's what she said when he came.
Yes. But yeah, Essie for me, I do agree with Jonathan. I do feel like she was the only one who truly loved him. And that's why she was able to hold his secrets for so long. I felt like she did really love him because she just played along to get along. And it got to take a different type of love for you to sit up in the face of all these women. And then you got to think about it. He went public with 2.
Mm-hmm.
This is y'all culture. You can have as many as you want, but you chose specifically these 2. I do feel like it was
1 and 3.
Looks and body shaming going on there. Why he didn't want to go public with her. And I don't think that was fair. However, she didn't put her foot down and she accepted it because there's plenty of men of that culture who love them like her, baby.
Like
and
the one
we
she
know
got
Eddie
now.
was putting that thing down. Okay, we do know that. So she could have had anybody she wanted to, but she chose to stay underneath the wing of him. And I do believe that was because true love. But outside of that, she didn't take a look at how that affected her children and how that affected the family because that relationship alone tore those kids up. The son went one way, the daughter went the other way. And even though he wasn't the biological child, he was like, "Mom, I'm the outside looking in. Mm-hmm. And I see this as effing y'all up. This is all effing up our family."
They both alcoholics.
She was the worst mother on the show, hands down, for sure.
I do agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
But I do think that the Gino came from her behind.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And in my opinion, don't get me wrong, but in my opinion, I do feel that that saved Lindani. Thank God she wasn't pregnant. Or excuse me, she
Well,
lost that.
she
Was
lost.
she? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She lost it.
But I mean, once again, another a blessing in disguise. But yeah, yeah. God bless. And I think that kind of leads to one of my favorite scenes when they realize why she lost the baby, and he had Lindani in the house in the bathtub. The family caught him, and then as they're all downstairs trying to kill each other, then Matipa, what's her name? Yeah,
Matipa.
Matipa comes in with her red dress saying, "Oh, so is this the one that gave?" Yeah, it is. No, no, it's not. It wasn't even her. I
Wow.
really wish they would have like
They needed to go in
they
there.
needed to go a little bit deeper into
On that
how
part.
did we get this. Was it? Do they call gonorrhea the clap?
I just prefer to
No, that's
refer to it as an
chlamydia.
STI or STD.
Chlamydia is a club.
STI.
Yeah,
Okay,
STI.
but yeah, gosh, that's Essie. Okay, so let's talk about Matipa.
Tifa.
Jonathan, you go ahead. Talk. You like her so much. You go ahead and talk about her first.
I do.
He's gonna be using P right here. That's what I'm like, wait, what?
I know.
What?
I know. Here's the thing.
What?
I know we'll get into Joyce eventually, but I'll just say this right now. I didn't like Joyce on the first episode. I didn't like her. So when Matipa came,
And
so
I
when
understand why.
right. So
Yeah.
when Matipa came along, I was like, oh, okay, she coming up to break shit up. Like she coming up to wreck shop. Okay, come on, do your thing, girl. Like I was here for Matipa. Like when and that scene in the second episode when she came in, it was a flashback, and she wanted to give some documents to Mr. Whatever
Janasi.
Janasi. She, barged her way into his office and said, "Oh, I got these little documents. Let me put them down on this desk." Oh, wait a minute, they fell down. Let me just, turn around, bend over slowly so you can see all this ass. I said, go ahead and work Batipa. She knew what she was after for. She was a go-getter, and I appreciate that about her. I can't respect it in any way, shape, or form because should nobody
Okay.
be going around doing that type of stuff.
Yeah.
However, I was still at the same time sort of kind of not sort of kind of I was rooting for her because I love Matipa. She was a beautiful woman, and that sort of had something to do with it as
She
well.
looks so good.
I loved her. I enjoyed her beauty. However, she voluntarily got herself into this situation with this married man, was dating his brother, who was also married. So you know what type of girl.
As far as we know, he was married.
Even though we never saw his wife.
No, it was supposed to be
married with
Essie was
Essie.
supposed to
Yeah.
be his wife.
So they were never. So they were. But that's what she thought. She thought that he was a married man, as far as she knew.
Oh, she knew.
So the way that she moved was despicable. No woman should ever be moving like that. However, I was still rooting for her because the main reason why I was rooting for her so much is because I did not enjoy Joyce. I did not like Joyce. I did not, because I did not like her. That made it so much easier for me to root for Matipa to come in
I understand
and
that.
wreck shop. However, she is no mother to those twins, because when she went to that funeral and told those twins, "Come to mommy," like them twins ain't seen you since they were infants. So what is this? You're expecting them to come run to mama? As far as they know, Joyce is the one that's their mama. So it is what it is. But she voluntarily put herself in the situation that she ended up in. I don't know why she didn't try to go further with that minister that she was on a date with when
That married minister.
right. So but what happened to her? She brought it onto herself. But I was rooting for Matipa when she first came onto the scene. I honestly was.
I can kind of see why, because she kind of broke up the foolishness that Joyce was bringing to the scene, bringing to the show. It was just annoying for all the extra. I see why you feel that way, but I'm not here for.
It doesn't make it right. I'm not saying that she was right in what she did, but because of the situation in which I was watching it, And my mind space in that moment, I was here for Matipa.
You were bored of Joyce. You just didn't like her from the beginning. So, like, here's a better
I
woman
wasn't
to bring
bored
a little
I
spice.
wasn't bored of Joyce. I just didn't like her.
Oh, wow. What didn't you like about Joyce? Just real quick.
The sense of her being so performative.
Mm.
Everything was for how she looked to the outside world. Doesn't matter what, like, yes, things that are going on in my personal life. Yeah, we have to discuss those things. We have to, take care of those things. However, as far as she looked the best that she could possibly look to the outside world, that's all that matters to Joyce, at least in my opinion. Although, her personal life, she did want to take care of those situations. She wanted her husband to do right. She wanted her husband to be faithful to her. She wanted all of those things, but did she want all those things for her personal life, or did she want them for the world to see it as it being perfection as well? I think it was a little bit of both. But her being so performative, knowing all the nasty things that are going on in your personal life, I get that was her job. I get that she was supposed to make it seem as though she was living the perfect life. I get that, but that just made me lose respect for her personally.
Bianca.
Also, in the first episode, she literally went to the home of her man's secondary strumpet, inviting him to their anniversary party. I was like, why would I root for this woman? Like, why would I root for this woman? I ain't gonna root for her. No. So that's why I couldn't I couldn't get with Joyce, because it was so fake. She was so fake to me. She was so fake to me, and I can't stand fake people.
Bianca, how do you feel about Matipa?
Oh, okay. I was thinking about Joyce, my
I
bad.
know.
Matifa
Latifa, who?
couldn't stand her from the time she walked in the door. When I saw that she was literally with the brother, and the brother is the one who got her the job, and then you purposely go in there and seduce his brother, knowing that both of them were married. And then what did you get out of it in the end? You ain't get. You were the worst
No, two
hoe
beautiful
of them
babies.
all. You gave up the kids, so you ain't get no child support.
Oh,
Girl, you
Lord.
had the babies, and right when he finally did come see you from having the babies, your mama in the living room rocking one, and he's standing up there looking at your mama, pushing you down to give him fellatio. What type of person would sit up there and take some bull crap like that, and to get nothing out of it? You was a hoe to all these men, and you ain't getting nothing from none of these men at the end of the day. You are the worst type of hoe. You're a bottom type of hoe. I can't deal with hoes like that. If you're gonna be a hoe, be a top notch hoe. You should have walked away with them kids. You should have said, "Oh, their father died. I need all of this stuff. I need the SSI check for both the kids. I need something. Y'all gonna have to give me something." She walked away with nothing. The
She's a
only thing she
delusional
walked away
hoe.
with was a okay relationship with the wife. After the wife had to sit up here and come to you and then tell you, okay, well, I got something for you. Since you won't leave my man alone, you moving in with us.
Come
And at
on.
first she hated it. But guess who got what they wanted in the end? The wife.
Ooh. Um,
So I couldn't stand her. I couldn't stand her.
Matiba actually kind of disappointed me
Oh, definitely, for sure.
because
She didn't play it smart at all.
she was a delusional hoe.
Mm-hmm.
Because what makes you think that he's gonna do all this for you when he's over here betraying somebody else? And she didn't know he was betraying two other somebody else's. All she knew was about Joyce.
Yep.
So it's like she really came out looking stupid in all of this. All of
Mm-hmm.
this, it's like she was the newest one that had babies with him and stuff like that. And the babies were conceived after the anniversary wedding. They renewed the vows, and he got jealous from seeing her with that man, the reverend. So now I'm going to tell you that you belong to me.
But that's what she wanted. She
Yeah, that
wanted
is
to
what she
be
wanted.
possessed.
But the problem is that she didn't account for the fact that he's just gonna go back home. It's like I'm sure she's thinking like, well, I got him to come all the way out here, buy a house for me, and though it may have burned to the ground. Um,
No, can I
yeah,
just say one thing?
Yeah.
Buy a house for him. I mean, buy a house for her that his wife had the key to.
Yeah.
That part. That part.
When I was talking to mommy about it, Matipa had the classic secondary strumpet mindset. Oh, I can make him leave his wife.
Yeah.
I can make him stray away. Like I'm bad enough, I'm beautiful enough, I'm skinny enough, I'm all that enough that he's just gonna leave her behind. Like those were her expectations. Like she
She should have
fully
just been
expected for
cool.
him to leave her. But that's what all dumb hoes do. I think we can all agree that Matipa was a dumb hoe.
And I also believe that she I just hate that she was so calculated and turned out to be so stupid because she got that job through that man, got a promotion in 5 months by effing his brother. She was doing something right, guys. Something right was going on. If she would have just shut up and stayed complacent, the whole family would have been all right.
Yeah.
And I was actually thinking about it myself when I was rewatching. If Joyce would have just laid down and let it happen, he would have stayed in the house. The reason why he left in the first place was because she got all mad and upset and didn't drop the issue.
So you wanted her to do the same thing that Essie did.
Of course, she wanted to remain in a relationship with a rich man. If you want to do that, you shut up and make things easy.
But you see where that got
Yeah.
where staying quiet got Essie, right?
Just like you said,
But
you know it ain't good. We all
Right.
know it ain't good. The what happens in the end ain't gonna be good.
No.
But if that's what you want, that's how you make it happen.
I don't think that's what Joyce wanted. Joyce wanted him to remain monogamous.
Yeah.
She did.
Oh, we all
She-
know that.
He
Yeah.
But that wasn't gonna happen.
No.
and so to maintain.
He married two people under that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I was like,
Right.
I waited to get the
Two
juice.
people
It's so
under that.
juicy.
like it's oh my gosh. I think we might as well go into Joyce right now.
Yes. Let's go.
Let's.
Justin, man.
Joyce is she annoyed me. I can't say I didn't like her. I wasn't root for her. She annoyed me. But what I did like about her, moving on and moving forward, if this is what once again, if this is what you want, these are the sacrifices that you have to make, right?
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to still be in a relationship. She wanted to be in a monogamous relationship.
Mm-hmm.
When she saw that he wasn't going to remain monogamous, and I think especially after finding out they had babies, we got to make this look good. I want it to look good. So we have multiple we have another child. It's not another child. I have another wife. And to be honest, I liked her. I like the way she dealt with it. I don't agree with creating fantasies for people outside of your house because you're an influencer. I don't agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you trying to do things to keep things up, but shoot, people cheat every day. And if you are an influencer talking about how good your marriage is, they're gonna want to hear just as much, if not more, about how you dealt when he cheated.
Mm-hmm.
But some people just want things to stay in the even kill. It wants everything to remain positive, and that's what she decided. But I really liked how eventually Joyce and Matipa became friends. They became cool. I really like that. That was real mature. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a situation, we sister wives now, we might as well talk. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, it should have been all three of them. But once again, Essie, she
messed that up.
She messed that up because they all could have been good, to be honest with you. Bianca, what are your thoughts on Joyce?
So I once had a lady tell me when I was telling her about some things at the time that was going on in my life, and she was like, "Oh, you better not lose your good man to this outside hooker." You better do what you gotta do. And guess where she was from? This
Where?
is their culture. We keep trying to Americanize and rationalize with our American brain. This
Yeah.
is their culture. So it's not that Essie
Mhm.
was trying to make it look good. She just didn't want to look stupid because at the drop of a dime, your best friend gonna come for your husband
You're
if
right.
they smell trouble in the water. He's up for grabs. So she was just trying to stay on top of it. Now, would I have been upset if I knew that my husband of how many years left the house because I wouldn't accept his side chick and bought her another home? I would have been pissed like a mother. Nobody would have heard the end of that.
Child.
So if y'all was frustrated because she kept going on and on about it, in reality, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't be hurt by that? Even
I,
us today. If you and Tyrone went through something and he went and bought a whole nother home,
Mm.
we're not talking about just cheating. Now we're talking about the money being spent. Now you spending money on this hoe. And not even regular money. You know about her house?
Money
Money, money. And did you see he had a waterfall in the front?
and everything.
Money on these bitches. So now, oh, sorry,
And
y'all.
then it
Here we
was
go.
around the corner. It's
So
okay. And they were around. They were close to the other
close.
house.
But
To
the
be
key
honest,
part
Mativa's
is
house was nicer than Joyce's house, in my opinion.
Agreed.
it was the side chick home. And y'all expected her not to be pissed about that? And then to see how she came back from it and handled it the entire way, I'm like, kudos to you, because at that vow renewal, what to
yeah.
do. And that huzzy, she brought her behind up there because she didn't know that Jonasi was coming because he
Mhm.
said he wasn't coming. And then she came and she was like, so let me tell you what's going on with him. And then next thing you know, he walk up in his all white suit
I
and she
said,
looking stupid.
you
And guess
thought.
what he said? We do not air our personal business outside. And that's exactly the same thing that Joyce was doing. She was not airing their personal life in the public. Just like he told his side chick. We don't do that. And that's the first sign that he said, I'm staying with my wife. Because now she's showing her true colors. And if it gets too dirty with her, she gonna let it all hang out. And I can't afford that for my company. So that's one thing for Joyce. The second thing is I felt like when the moment that she brought up introducing the second wife, I feel like that was her exiting plan.
Mm. Oh
Oh
no.
Mm.
no. Bianca, come back.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It was so good.
So good. Is it storming out there?
It was storming earlier today. The power went out twice.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
we had some showers too. I'm sure she's gonna go out and come back in. Tyrone, what are your thoughts on Joyce?
Um,
Oh, she back.
she back.
Oh, okay. So
Okay. Oh
Oh
no.
no.
oh, what happened?
Oh, there you go. You
There
back
you
again.
go. She back again. She gone. She back. This third internet.
I think it's mine because I only got one bar.
Oh, well, there you
But
go.
Oh yeah, that's it.
it's mine. But yeah, she wasn't feeling it at first. And then what was I gonna say? I completely lost my train of thought. Oh,
Um,
Go ahead.
oh, I thought y'all was stuck again. I was like, God dang nabbit. But yeah, so I don't feel like it was net. And then when it got to the point when she introduced the marriage, I thought that she started breaking things down.
uh-huh.
Then she found out about the girl who was supposed to be her daughter. Once she found out about that, she was like, she's like our child. And this is what you do. And then when she hired the fruit tune to give the plunk tune, I already knew that it was a rap then. I already knew it was a rap. Like she was over it. She had plotted to pow pow him at first, remember? She
Yes.
went to buy that pow pow.
And
Like
she,
I feel like she was getting over it.
Mhm.
She was over it.
She didn't
yeah.
even do her interview no more because she didn't give a damn about what people thought in the public at that point. The
At
people
that
came
point.
to
At
the
that
interview
point,
and she
right.
sent them home. Yes, because they have to uphold that image. I just told you what that lady told me.
Yeah.
You better keep your good man and don't lose him to a hooker.
And you
What?
know that, and that's
Her mother
exactly what
said
her
that.
mother said.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
exactly on the first episode. That's what
Her
her mother
mama said.
said.
And
That's
then
their
at the end,
culture.
look at her mama with all the egg on her face. In
That's
the
their
end.
culture, and they can have multiple wives. So that's why I can't wait till we get into him because I don't even understand why he didn't play this like this the whole time, and this wouldn't even be a thing.
Now, as we talk about, oh wait, did you want to say anything about
I
Joyce?
I from watching the show from start to finish, I appreciate Joyce being a strategist through the whole entire ordeal.
Come
Mhm.
over a little bit. They don't see your
Yes.
face.
Um, her basically trying to hold the entire family
The entire
together.
family, all the extra kids and everything.
And that woman showed her true colors of being I don't want to say a master strategist, but in a way I do want to say she is a master strategist
Mhm.
because of
She was the smartest woman in the room.
she was the smartest one in the room, man. Like, and the way that she would meticulously just kept hammering on, I got to get rid of this. I don't know how I'm gonna do. You know what? I got an idea.
Let me put this borax in his food. Let me tell you something.
You know what? I got another idea. Wait, that's a
Ah,
little too messy.
or
I gotta
she,
do this cleanly.
she should have known that trying to get that gun wasn't gonna work out for her. She ain't no killer.
I got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him what he like to do most.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get him to get the silent killer, and that's gonna be it. Now, I don't understand how she was able to hold her mule that whole time until the very end to be like, it was me. I said, girl, you a real one right there.
Ooh.
Yes, Bianca.
Since that's out, since the cat is out the bag, now that we know
Yeah.
what happened, um, do y'all think that season 2 is going to be about any of the other women that he was messing around with didn't know that she did that, and then they possibly got
If they
into
do, if they do a season two, I'm gonna be
Man.
plugged
Oh,
in.
they already started filming it.
You a lie.
That's why I said 2027 gonna be interesting. Yes.
Shut your.
I'm gonna be up in there. I don't even know what they're gonna talk about. But it's
I think it's gonna be on the sun, I think.
You tell Auntie Robin clear everybody's entire schedule for that
tell
day.
HR, let her know.
Tell HR we got to have the ultimate amount of all the overtimes so
Available.
we can get this done.
Yes.
Because
Mhm.
I need to see season 2 of this.
It would be nice because I was thinking like throughout the 20 years that he was married, that Jonasi is married to Joyce, and I'm moving on to him as well. Um, she Matiba can't be the first one.
Mm-mm. No, of course not.
And it couldn't have been only Essie. There's no
It,
way.
it was probably happening through their entire 20 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With other women, with other one night stands, with other um and to be honest, that's why I believe his personal assistant is the way she
I
is.
was just about to bring her up. I said, you know, that
Because
personal
she was
assistant
a
was like
tough cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on
Used to it.
everything.
Can,
She
can
told
I speak?
Matiba, it's my job to keep whores like you away.
Can I speak on Joyce just really quickly? I know I've
Please.
spoken on her already, but of course, as y'all know, I did not like her initially. However, my heart kind of softened up for her when
Mm.
she got buddy buddy with Matiba. I thought that was so mature of her. I love their camaraderie. I love that they're like, you know what, we in this together, let's do this together. I love that. And I also loved the love and care that she showed for her children. I
Mm.
love how much
Yes.
she tried to protect them. She may not have done the best job of protecting them, but she did all that she could
It wasn't her fault. Anything that happened, it wasn't her fault.
right, exactly. So I appreciated that. How and ever
Ooh.
on the last episode when Essie was burying her husband and Joyce came in to take the body. Here's the thing. I get why she felt like she needed to do that.
Mhm.
Face value. She needed to do it for the media. She needed to do it for it would look bad if some other random woman that the world doesn't know about is burying your husband, and you have no memorial service to speak of. So I get
Yeah.
that. However, the lack of respect that she showed towards Essie, I understand why she had a lack of respect for her, because Essie kept those secrets for all those years. I get that. However, the fact that she was able to act that way towards her in that moment when Essie is grieving over the man that she loved, and for Joyce not to take any of that into consideration whatsoever, of course, Joyce was probably upset. She was probably really, really, really mad. She was possibly beside herself. However, the lack of respect that she showed for Essie, I couldn't get with that at all. Like, I get why she did it. I do get why she did it. She needed it for face value. I get that. I get that for her story to end.
No, it's not just that.
It's
No,
not face value.
It was the principle.
she was married to that man for 20 years. She's the first woman.
She's the first.
She's the first wife. And not only that, if Essie know that he's married all these other women and Essie was okay with it, Essie should have came to her and said, let's do a camaraderie. There's no way that I didn't know nothing about you until 2 weeks before he died, and now you're going to take my husband, have a funeral for him, bury him in the ground, and I don't even get to pay my last respects because Essie, you didn't invite me to the funeral.
Disrespect.
I had to find out about the funeral. That's disrespectful. You've been disrespecting me this whole time, smiling in my face, giving me advice on my husband, the man that you effing.
Dang.
You know the truth, but you failed to tell it to me, sis. Because
Like
if you would have
mother, like
told it to
daughter.
me, I was closer to you than I was Matifa. I probably would have told you to come on before I told Matifa to come on, but you played in my face, and I was this close to you. There's no way. And you think you're gonna bury my husband and I don't get to see his face? No.
And also, we know Essie has the gumption to actually have the conversation or do the thing, because she pushed herself to the front row of the funeral. It's not like they kicked her out. They didn't try to kick her out because they respected what it was.
Yep.
That's this girl's father, and that's the mother of this girl. That's wife number 2. It's like, what we gonna do? I ain't gonna have no more fights over here. And to be honest, I believe even after all the years of not saying anything, if Essie would have said something, did something to try to show some solidarity, like, look, I'm wrong, but this is what's going on. Work with me here. And it doesn't have to be buddy like her and Matiba, but saying something out loud in the confines of the home, because it didn't have to be out there.
Right.
It would have. I think it would have been a better story. But you going to steal bodies now.
Right.
We know you love him, but it's apparently he felt as if there was more to love, and we need to share that.
But you know what? It goes back to what Tyrone was saying when he said the whole time she wanted that, like she wanted the acceptance. She wanted to be known, like, oh, this is mine. She waited till he passed to then take his body and say, oh, this was my husband too. Nobody just ever knew. And now this is when she wanted the credit for it. And that's the wrong way to go about it.
This reminds me so much of why do fools fall in love?
I was thinking that
so much. It's so similar. So similar.
Because everybody in the conversation or in the equation wants to be acknowledged. They want to be seen. Everybody does. I know it really just depends on the person, which is why I also think that the reason why he didn't even get married to Essie at first, because I believe Essie really could have been the first wife.
She should have been the first
or should have been the first wife.
Should have been.
I believe he fell for what was available within Joyce, what he could get with Joyce.
From Joyce.
Her daddy money.
Her daddy money.
Yeah, that's what it was all about for him. Was securing the bag.
Yeah.
He admitted that at some point that it wasn't about loving her. He actually admitted that in their argument in the bedroom. He admitted that.
He did before he choked out.
Before he choked it out, that wasn't like what the thing.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that part. Yep, he
Do
sure
y'all
did.
believe that Jonasi loves anybody?
No.
Um,
No.
I
Cause
believe that
which
people love him, but he loves Smix.
cause I believe that's where the true love is.
He didn't even love his own brother.
yeah,
He
no,
loved no
he
one.
he
Oh,
loved
when
no
they had
one
that
but
scene in the
himself.
club.
Yeah,
I forgot about that, Jonathan. Yep. They had
yeah.
that scene in the club and he told him, I made you.
And
So
and
yeah,
and
Jonathan
and,
didn't
he,
love nobody.
and his brother put himself on his whole life on the back burner for Jonasi.
And
Yeah.
can we just say, with Joe Nancy looking like that and shaped like that, how? How? I'm
The
talking about had to be slanging because ain't no other way.
friend. So I tried my best when I was
Mm-mm.
looking at it today. I was trying my best to say, I ain't gonna make it about his looks, but you started it, so I'm gonna say it. When he had Lindani, I had the list of the names in front of me. When he had Lindani at the hotel,
The
and
villain.
she was receiving her first bit of 5-star experience, enjoying life. He picked her up, to turn around. When he turned around, all I saw was little head, big body, and it didn't work right. And another issue that I had with his body, he didn't belong in a suit. Whatever the
Not at
suits were,
all.
Those suits
And
never
kept
fit
putting them
right.
on.
They never
Kept
fit
putting them
right.
on.
the
I
suits,
I was mad at that suit the main suit that he kept wearing all the time.
and he kept
The
on wearing
U
what
shit.
the vest.
I was like, why you keep wearing that?
It's like I'm sorry, sis, don't die.
Don't go to glory, I can come back
But
now.
it's like he looks like he's a person that lost a lot of weight
For sure.
recently,
Yeah.
like
Like in real life.
like of course in real life, right before he got this job because he lost the weight, and his head is small, and the body still has a bit of girth to it. And I will have to say one thing about African films and their sex scenes: they have no problem with making ugly faces. We got a whole lot of that from Joe Nassi. Um, when
Yeah.
when when he had that post PP punani, his face was the most jacked up the whole time.
Yes, Joe Nazi was not an attractive man, at least not to me. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but anytime he had his shirt off, they never showed his full chest or his full body.
Because they know they
Straight
showed
up.
his back.
They never showed
Yeah.
that. And I could see in when he was wearing his button-up shirts, I can see his chest and I could see his body. So it was there. Yeah, it was there.
Mm. Okay, all right. Oh, what also that bothered me? I thought it was so stupid and maybe big headed of him as a character. Didn't want to take the drugs for the STI, right?
Mhm.
And I guess through that they were able to learn, like, shoot, well, if he gets the HIV, he's not going to take the necessary drugs to stay alive. And he's over here doing steams and stuff like that, like the African remedies, and eating good and stuff like that. And I'm trying to figure out why I didn't feel like there was enough people encouraging him to take his medicine.
Well, his household wasn't.
Nah. And Lindani, she just wanted him to die.
Yeah, people have to care in order to give you life-saving advice. And no, at that point, nobody cared about him at all.
And even Essie, she was just at least making sure that he was eating, and like as long as he was eating good, he'd be all right.
You
But
know,
did she know? Because remember,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't
people
think she
have to
did
remember
know.
it was a
she
secret that
didn't
he
know.
had it. And
Right.
he didn't tell
She didn't
nobody.
know.
Because he didn't go out. Like after he was in the house with Lindani, he never went back out into the public. He never went back out after he got that sick. So I
Right.
don't think Essie
Right.
ever knew.
Right.
Okay.
Um, I had a thought about something.
Say your
Uh,
thoughts, sir.
and I forgot it. I'm sorry.
Oh
It had something
no.
to do with oh yeah. So that era of the show where Ladani was with them reminded me of Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
I had the same exact thought, Tyrone.
Mm.
The same
And I was
exact.
like, yo.
Seeing him in that wheelchair, I had a flashback.
Yeah. I would say that was like a nice touch.
And another one thing I was thinking about, y'all remember Two Could Play That Game?
Mhm.
Matiba reminds me of Gabrielle Union's character. Yeah, with the red on.
Shawnee Spalding.
You remember the name?
And a bona fide.
Fine hoe. Okay, yes.
But y'all know we haven't talked about my favorite character,
Who?
the daughter.
Yes, let's talk about her.
Mpume is her name.
Mpume.
What's her
Mpume.
name?
Mpume.
Mpume.
Mpume. Mpume.
I thought it was Pume, just with that silent M, but it's Mpume.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
Go ahead, Bianca.
Oh, so when I tell y'all I was here for her the entire show, or series, I was here for her as soon as she found out what was going on. She was trying to encourage her mama, go and get rid of that. Yo, you deserve better. Her mama didn't get rid of it. She was upset. And
Angry.
she didn't hold back. She had her brother back the whole time. Her cousin did her dirty. She said, F you, and if you, and if you, and I know you the one who took my dad. No, she thought it was the brother. She thought it was the brother. But she knew it was one of they. Okay? She knew it was one of them.
She even confronted what's her face?
Sarah.
Yep, twin
Matiba.
mama. Matiba. She confronted her and she told her to stay in the child's place. And then at the end, guess what she said? Y'all got too much going on for me. So I'm finna get the hell on.
And she showed it.
Because she remember she initially wanted to run the company because that's what the dad told the brother. He was like, I thought that I was gonna be handing my company over to my firstborn son, but my daughter can handle it better than you can.
Yep, that's what
And
she said.
then she said, bye. I ain't handling me for you. I'm out. So she was my favorite character, y'all. I love her.
And she came
the
back
whole
with
time.
hair, honey.
Yeah.
And she did not be. Oh, and that's what I was saying when we were talking about the cousin / sister and the friend. When she pulled out them drawers and told her to wear them for her man. And then was the same drawers she had on when she did it with her daddy. I said, you know what? Oh, y'all some trifling hussies. You gonna get her some used drawers? I don't give a damn who you used them on.
I started to question if she actually used them because that scene where she was at the hotel by herself, she was going through the bag and stuff, and that was the only thing that
That was the only one she didn't
like.
She didn't use those. She threw away the one with the pearl thong. She threw
that back in the bag.
She and gave it to her best friend.
But you
after she had sex with her daddy.
You knew them some drawers that he picked out for you. Her daddy picked them out for you.
And yes, it's still egregious.
Her.
Nasty hoe.
Nasty. Y'all know she ain't washing.
You know.
Nasty.
For me, Mpume and Freedom were the only characters in this show who were not wearing rose-colored glasses.
Yes.
They both knew what was real. They both did not care about the outcome. They both did not care about what the outside world would look like. They wanted things to be done right. Or at least Mpume did. I don't think Freedom cared one way or another. But I enjoyed Mpume. I loved Mpume, actually. And she did, to me, no wrong, because she really could have done some nefarious things to the people who had done nefarious things to her and her family. Yeah. And she decided to take the higher road. And as Michelle Obama always says, when they go low, we go high. So I appreciate that about Mpume. And I did enjoy her on the show, for sure.
I like the part when she tried to get to know her little sisters.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was sweet.
And that's what I loved about Minzy. When Minzy was so close to the twins as well, I loved that also. Taking up the mantle as the big brother. I love seeing that as well.
Because it's not their fault.
No, it's not.
I'm just scared he ain't going to be a good boy no more. I'm sure. I'm I wouldn't be surprised if I saw him shooting guns and stuff like that come the next
I mean,
season.
you saw him
And,
pick a fight with the daggone construction worker. Get his butt
and threw
kicked.
that rocket I'm gonna bust him beside head. I think he's gonna be really good for his family though. Now
His
that's
family,
one
yeah.
thing that I took from it. He may be a terrible husband, but to his family, he's not gonna do his family like his dad did him. Like if he
Yeah.
have kids, I feel like he gonna love on his kids, even if he treat the mama trashy. And that may have to break down from generation to generation. It might take a few generations for that curse to break. But at
Mm-hmm.
least I know that he gonna treat his mama, his sisters, his siblings, like his children. I feel like he's gonna treat them top tier.
And Bianca, that is exactly the reason why I say I don't see Menzie becoming his father in that way.
In that
I
way.
don't see
Got it.
Menzie becoming his father
Gotcha.
in that way. Yeah, he might be a hoe. Yeah, he might be sleeping around and all that good stuff. He got that straight from his daddy, of course. Yeah. But being the terrible, absolute atrocious person that his father was, I don't see Menzie becoming that. I really don't. I don't see any reason for him to become that. It's not in him to be that way.
The only thing I do question about him is going back to Ladani and forcing himself on her. Like that's the biggest question mark I have. Like, are you always gonna be that way towards Ladani?
Or women in general.
Women in
Women.
general. Because he was doing that to the secretary that he had too.
I think he
And
And
might
then
be
just
that.
threw her, discarded her like, I
He
don't
might
want
just
you
be
anyway.
that way towards women in general, and I can accept that for sure. But it is what it is.
I agree, Jonathan. I think he's gonna be that way with women, but I think he's gonna be okay with his family, and his family gonna try to talk him out of being that nasty spirit. And his sister
Absolutely.
probably gonna be the one to let him know you turning into that.
Aha!
For
You
sure.
need to stop. Cut it out. Stop it. Stop it. I feel like it's gonna be his sister that's gonna have to get him in place.
And I
I
hope
think it's
she
gonna be both sisters.
and I hope she has enough pull to be. Oh, Sarah too. I hope she has enough pull to be able to at least have some type of influence on him in that way. Yeah.
Because the other sister working at the company,
Sarah.
I feel like she's gonna be another pivotal voice in Medonzi's.
I think
She
she's
might
going to
have a
eventually
change of
be okay.
hand. I think I can see that. I
She
think
could
I
be
can see her
okay.
coming around.
I think the come around involves her realizing who was a true father to her, which was her uncle.
Mm-hmm.
That's the realization that she needs.
Yeah.
Who really loves me?
And
God bless
that
her.
way, not that other way.
And the last thing I saw with Mpume, like she came out, okay. Sarah came out there when, everything happened when Landani, and she just coming to see if their father is okay. And it's like, and Mpume was like, girl, if you don't get out girl, F you. Leave his house. Goodbye. And it's like, you're right. There's a very short list of people that are not delusional, because I don't know what made Sarah think that people would be cool with her just pulling up just because you want to make sure everything's okay.
Right.
Not saying it's not your place, but girl. Anywho, I have just a couple of questions before we get on out of here. Don't fall asleep, Jonathan.
I'm not falling asleep.
In our opinion, who was the stupidest?
To me, Sarah.
For me, it's a tie between Sarah and Mpume.
Mpume, the sister?
No, not Mpume. I'm sorry. The second wife.
Matipa.
Matipa, yeah. Between Sarah and Matipa, it's a tie for me between both of them.
I got a second one. Ladani.
Ladani. Oh, well, she
was dumb.
I guess you don't want to blame her stupidness on being young, but
she was young.
That was the reason why she was so stupid.
Being young.
I don't know, because once he started getting sick, she started being like, F you, he's still at the house. She don't care. She going out doing what she wanted to do. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. But I agree. I think it was Sarah.
I personally think it was Essie because unfortunately, love make you do some stupid things.
Mm-hmm.
She held on for 8 years for a car and a house and a lovely stipend every month to where she doesn't necessarily have to doesn't have to work. But she was a horrible mother. Oh, well, it's not just a horrible example to her children
Mm-hmm.
on how to treat yourself, how to be good to yourself. Because if Essie was just a little bit more headstrong, I truly do believe that Sarah would be a little bit better at living in the present and in the truth.
I think what Essie's biggest issue was, although they didn't necessarily address it during the show, I feel as though she was probably extremely insecure and probably didn't feel as though she was worthy of the things that she should have been afforded had she spoken up. But I feel as though she felt like she wasn't even worthy enough for oh boy to claim her. So, I get why she did what she did. She felt like she couldn't be the face of she probably felt like she couldn't be the face of a company, or she couldn't be, an influencer like Joyce was. So I feel as though she probably had a lot of insecurities about not only her looks, but possibly her weight as well. And she probably didn't feel like she was worthy to be that wife that
Mm.
she deserved to be.
Who needs the most therapy?
Sarah.
Sarah.
I'd say Menzie.
Ooh, I'd put Sarah and Minzy on there.
Minzy, he don't seem like he'll accept therapy to me, to be
Mm.
honest.
He probably
Mm.
wouldn't, but he
Sarah,
still needs it though.
oh yeah, he does need it. But Sarah, because her out of all people, like my whole thing is, and again, just basing it off of me and things that I've gone through in my life, I've never understood why people can't just accept that it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't I cannot understand that for anything in me. If somebody is always giving you their ass to kiss, why keep puckering up to kiss it?
Very
Right.
Where
true.
does the buck stop? Where do you start to care about you to the point where you say, you know what, I matter and I am enough, and I don't deserve this? You know right from wrong. You knew what you did to your sister was wrong. You intentionally tried to wrong your sister because you knew it was wrong, so you did it. So you
Mm-hmm.
know right from wrong. So why
Mm-hmm.
keep chasing the wrong?
Yeah.
And
I
if that's
can't
the
feel
way,
sorry for people who do that.
and if that's the
Thank
way you
you.
choose to get attention,
Thank you. Yeah, I
Just
refuse to
choosing
feel
that.
sorry for Sarah.
Yeah, I cannot feel sorry for a person who does that. So it's
Mm-hmm.
something up here that I don't want to understand, because then I would have to be on your level to understand your way of thinking. So I don't want to understand it. I just
Right.
hope that you get help one day so it can be brought up and you can see what you're worth.
hey man,
Because
Sarah
he's
needs it the
showing you
most.
what he think you're worth. And then he's showing you what he thinks they're worth. And then it takes for you to say no. What makes me not be? Hell, I ain't asked for you to shoot me up in my mama. I didn't ask
Mm-hmm.
for me to be here.
At all. Okay, here's my next question. Who wasted the most of their lives? Who wasted their life the most?
Oh, Essie for sure.
Essie for sure.
Easy.
Hands down, Essie wasted her entire life.
What about okay? Because I was thinking about the brother, and I hate that I don't see his name on here. Magesh, is that his name?
Yeah, Magesh.
Sounds right.
Magesh, the
Oh,
brother Magesh. For him to get with somebody, it looks like he was in an affair, but he actually had nobody. He didn't have any children. He he gave up his whole life for this
I
man.
agree. Yep. Because at the end, she was like, "Oh, you met somebody," and she was like, "Go live your life." You're right.
Go live
I
your.
agree. I forgot about
He got grays in, and he has not been able to live his life
Yeah.
to cover up for this man all these years. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
Uh,
immediately
Yeah.
say Essie, but for Magesh, he had it the
Magesh.
worst.
that. Dang. So that's probably who needed the counseling.
Ciao. No,
because
I.
he ended up
No.
getting fired right before his brother got
Mm-hmm.
and he still had nothing.
But
He didn't
they
have a
brought
life
him
of his
back.
They brought
own.
him back
They brought him back to work.
to
Oh,
work
he
there
did. Okay.
Yeah.
to keep the company going
Yeah.
because
Okay.
Because they had nobody running anything.
Janasi wasn't there, of course.
And the son and the daughter,
They can't do it by
they can't
themselves,
do
so
it
they
by
needed the
themselves.
direction. So he basically needed to follow them
That's gonna
in
be
that way.
interesting. I can't wait to see that.
Okay, but at the very least, he's able to once again live his life. And even when he got fired, he came to the house talking to George. Is like, I feel free. Like, you know what? You better be free.
I'm gonna do me.
Okay. My last question that I have here: who will turn out the best after all of these shenanigans?
Oh, and Pume for sure. At least for me. That's what I'm thinking.
Mpume.
I'm sure Pume
I'm cool, man.
will be just fine.
Mpume.
Mm.
Because for all we know, Joyce might fall into the same exact situation. I don't think she necessarily would, but I think there's a possibility
It's
that
a possibility.
she might find
Oh,
herself in that
Lord.
exact same situation.
You know
Because
what?
for her husband to cheat on her for what, 18, 19 years before
Her whole
finding out?
marriage, 20 years
Wow.
with Essie.
Yes.
And of course, you know, like we talked about, there's no way it was just them. There's no
Right.
way it was just them. For Joyce, I believe as long as she just continued to concentrate on taking care of them kids, I believe she's gonna be fine. I don't. It didn't look like Matipa. Maybe Matipa might come there and live with him. I don't know. Who knows? But I think Joyce just needs to continue to concentrate on them cheering and making sure that the company is still going, so they still had their money. I was about to say John Assie, but he's doing whatever he's doing in hell. But yeah, I hope more comes to freedom.
For
I hope he's
sure.
able to find some peace. Though he's on my therapy list personally, he's not high up on my therapy list, but he's on the list.
He needs it for sure.
He needs it. He needs because he wasn't shown love like I feel like he should have been. His mother did him wrong. So God bless.
If anyone was crying for help, it was Freedom with that alcohol.
Chaye! But he got that from his mama.
And we don't know his relationship with his dad either, his biological father.
He probably doesn't even know who he is.
Okay, because Essie's still messing around with these gangsters.
I'm just saying.
That's true.
For all we know, his daddy may be dead.
No, well, they said his father was alive. He just didn't come around. They were still
In the same neighborhood.
Yeah, they were in the same neighborhood.
Well, we shouldn't be surprised because it's not like Essie's gonna like ask for some respect.
Because I mean, she had Joe at the time.
Yeah, what's the
providing
point?
all her needs financially, so she didn't have
But
any use for him.
even if it's not money, why can't we make sure there's some kind of a relationship though?
Because that the baby daddy went off and had another family.
Oh, a whole other
that's what
family.
She was saying.
Oh, this the second time she got done like that?
Yeah, she got done twice like that.
Well, Essie might need
My
to be
freedom
Essie need
back?
therapy.
on a therapy list.
Essie need
Look.
therapy.
Look,
Because my God. And then for your children to vocalize to you how they felt.
right.
One of them push you down the steps and cause you to broke your leg. And then the other one tells you across the table that you the reason why we're falling apart. Yeah, they need therapy bad. It's
that
Essie.
whole
Essie.
cluster needs
Essie.
do.
Dag nabbit. Because I feel like Sarah will be okay after seeing the truth of everything, because she was under the impression that life was perfect over there. Janasi wasn't a great father to them either, because when what's that child name in Pume, when she was trying to say how she truly felt to the man,
he turned up the TV. Turned up the TV.
Disrespect.
so it's like when I saw that, I said, well, Sarah, she just doesn't even know that there's nothing to miss. There's no missing it. Anywho,
Actually, the way I feel like Sarah had the better relationship with the daddy,
yeah,
and she didn't know.
She didn't know that.
know it.
Because she didn't have to see him every day.
She
She
didn't.
ain't had
She
to
ain't
live
know
with
the
the
man
Whenever
was
baby.
he
getting
was with
beat on and
her,
all of that.
and whenever he was with her, he was loving to her. We never saw him act that type of way towards Sarah ever. We never saw him act that type of way towards her. So she felt like she would just get more and more of that more often if they were out in the open with their father daughter relationship.
And that's why
But
she was surprised when he didn't show up.
Hmm.
It's
mhm.
all make see conversations make things flow.
Okay. I felt sorry for her though. Had that filet mignon, her good
And
root
the way I would have
vegetables.
took
I
that
would have
hoe.
ordered and ate and put it on my
Yeah,
daddy's tab. Y'all know who he is.
Yo, now why didn't she eat though? I was confused about that. Why order
Cause
food if you?
because she wanted to have that interaction of her daddy showing her what are the finer things that she had been missing.
I just hate that everybody knew he wasn't coming but her. That's all
It,
I.
Mhm.
That's
it,
how I feel.
that
But
was sad.
I,
Well,
Absolutely
why
sad.
she should have known?
she it's not. But
She was old enough now, y'all. Come on.
she
Mm-mm.
was so
We gotta stop
Um,
making
excited.
excuses.
She was
her
still
head
that
was
little girl
her
inside.
head was literally in the clouds when after she revealed that information to Joyce.
Everything's
Her
out.
head was literally in the cloud, like, oh well, I mean, this is my time. It's my
But
turn.
it's
It's
a
my
thing.
time. I'm
Wait,
gonna do
wait,
my
It's
wait.
a thing called read the room.
Yeah.
What?
If
She
everybody in the
didn't.
room is like this
She
when they find out, maybe you need to give it a little bit of time to simmer down before you
Bianca.
come in strong.
Even her
Bi-
uncle daddy was like,
Bianca,
Even him.
when you're at your highest high and you walk into a room of people who are not at their highest high, you're not gonna let them bring down your highest high, honey. I don't know what your problem is, but I'm
because
good.
when you
But if
walking
that
above
was
the
my
clouds,
highest
you can't
high,
see the earth.
Right.
if that was my
Yeah.
highest high, I'd have been. First of all, I would have been embarrassed because I would have been ashamed to sit up here and tell these people that I knew this the whole time, and I'm looking in your face pretending to be your cousin, and I knew the whole time that I was your sister. I was in on it with my daddy. So now what's up? So guess what that means? Now that means you and your daddy the villain.
Dag nabbit.
That means you
That's
and
why
your
she
daddy the
became the
villain.
villain to Impu Me.
Yo, that was actually going to be one of my questions. Who's the villain in this story?
Like there were several villains in the
Yeah,
story.
her mama, her brother, they all knew, but nobody else knew. We didn't even know the audience.
You know what's
When they
crazy?
said that, I was like, what? Wait, what?
What's crazy? I'm hardly even looking at Jonasi as one of the villains. It's like
Really?
he did some horrible stuff, but the way that people took it
Reacted.
and
That
reacted to it
reaction.
Mhm.
And ran with
and
it?
molded I think the villain for me might be Essie and Sarah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They knew everything.
Because
They
they
were
knew
the only
everything.
people who was not in the dark.
Like
Ciao.
the accessory to the crime was Uncle Daddy.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Because he
I'm
got forced
calling him.
into it, as we saw.
He got forced in it because when Sarah came to the office, it was like to the secretary, "I'm here to see my daddy," and Uncle Daddy
And she
come
looked
back
like
there.
this.
No, my real daddy. Huh? Excuse me? What?
Nobody knew.
Dead giveaway. Villain.
What a show. Huh? This show really makes us dig deep into things, and I always do it, but I want to thank Ian Levan Zant once again for helping us to
Mhm.
look at people beyond their actions to see why they're doing what they're doing and find out pathologies and stuff like that. Since Jonasi is dead, I'm curious to see if there gonna be some flashbacks in the next season. You got me excited, girl. I didn't
I
know.
I believe it will be a ton of flashbacks because I I believe there were more instances of
Infidelity.
Joyce and Essie going back and forth
Yeah, and
and her almost spilling the tea.
we're gonna put all these characters in our prayers so that they may get better, hopefully. This was a really great conversation. I appreciate y'all for joining us today. I had to make this a long one because this is a conversation that had to be really fleshed out. So I appreciate y'all being with us for the hour 40 minutes that we were together today. So if y'all haven't, please watch The Polygamist. Apparently, it's so much to talk about. It's still pretty high up on the things that people are enjoying to watch, and I'm happy that I finally went ahead and did it. I will have to say, South African and Nigerian and Ghanaian um, media, they usually do a pretty good job. I'll have to say this is one of the best South African series that I've seen. If you have any other if you want to see any other good series, I'd have to say Savage Beauty is one of the best. A really good story, like The Polygamist is a good story. Savage Beauty, that's a good South African story, and also Blood Sisters. And I didn't know they put out a second season for Blood Sisters.
Did you ever see the second season of Savage Beauty, Jennifer?
I refuse.
Okay. Yeah. Because I always thought it was trash.
I refuse. The first season was good.
Yeah.
And when y'all were talking,
I told you a couple details about it, I think.
Yeah. When y'all were talking about it, I was like, I ain't gonna spend no time with this foolishness. I might look at it a little bit, but I'll see. But also Blood Sisters. That's a good one. Basically, unfortunately they offed an abusive husband to be, and they ran, and that's why they're blood sisters. They're best friends, but they were on the run, and they actually had a detective from Chicago, with an American accent and everything.
Really?
Yeah, like you could tell he really is from. You could tell he's really from Chicago, or at least something like that. To actually find them and figure out what was going on with the whole thing, because there was a lot of secrets behind closed doors. So that's another one. So if you want to see more, Savage Beauty and Blood Sisters, those are some really decent ones on Netflix for your future viewing pleasure. Anyhow, I hope everybody has a really great week. Once again, thank y'all for joining us, and I hope y'all have a great week. I said that already. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.